he's sitting over there, sitting pretty, looking like he's pretty confident with how his performance gone. And so we're sitting there and we're waiting, we're watching the other competitors do their thing, and none of them stand a chance against Giovanni and I, or me and Giovanni, I should say. You know, they're just not on the same level as us. We're by far the best competitors in this event, and everybody knows it. So it's more like a competition to see who gets third place rather than who gets first and second. That's just between me and Giovanni. So we're watching all these guys do their things, and the judges are deliberating about who gets third place. And all we care about, Giovanni and I, is who gets first and second. And so all the competitors, other than, you know, Giovanni and I, because we've already done other things, all the other competitors finish their routines. And the judges call up everybody. They say, "Can we please have all the ring event competitors to the stage area?" And so we come over and we're all standing there in a big group, and the podium thing there is sitting there with the first, second and third place area where you can stand, and the people will give you your medals. And so the judges say, "After much deliberation and discussion, we have decided on a unanimous third place prize winner. Would the third prize winner please come forward? Reginald Walton." And so Reginald Walton walks up to the stage, or to the podium rather, and he stands on the third place, you know, winner area, and the Olympic ceremony person gives him his medal, the bronze medal, and he's got his, you know, he's wearing his tights with the Belgium flag on it, because he's from Belgium. And you know, he's pretty happy with himself, because, you know, as I said, the other competitors weren't competing for first, second. Only the third place was a real question of, you know, between all those guys. And then it came down to just first and second between me and Giovanni. So Giovanni and I are standing there, and we're both looking, you know, kind of confident, kind of nervous, because, you know, even he has to admit that my performance was very good, and even I have to admit that his performance was very good. So we're both standing there, and we're looking in the prime fitness. You know, if we had been still training together, we would have been, you know, pretty impressed at each other. So we're standing there, and the judges say, "After much deliberation, we have made a decision on the second and third place winners." And obviously, you know, it's Rachel and I just waiting for that. Everybody knows, but they're not allowed to exactly say, you know, that we were deciding between just Reginald and Nick who would get the first and second place. They have to at least pretend that they considered the other competitors. So they said it came down to a decision between, I'm sure you all know, the competitor Nick Walton and Giovanni. And everybody's, you know, Giovanni doesn't have a last name, by the way. Everybody's cheering, and they're excited to find out who the winner was, and people are saying Nick, 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 and people are saying Giovanni, 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 Giovanni. But it seems like the crowd is slightly in my favor, just mostly probably because I'm actually a nice guy. Most of the time I've got like the stage presence. I like to thank my fans and interact with them and all that kind of stuff. And Giovanni's more the serious type. But he generates his own sort of serious fans that like that kind of thing. So our fans are in the things still chanting, and some of them are getting a little bit aggressive, and the judges say, calm down, everyone. The decision that we as the judges have come to, after much argument and deliberation, is that the first and second prizes could not be separated between Nick and Giovanni. And so everyone's like, what's going to happen? Are they both tied for first, or are they both just getting second place, or what's happening here? And me and Giovanni are sort of like looking at each other. We're like, what are we doing? You know, what's going to happen? because it's a very important thing, not just from an achievement standpoint, like, you know, winning an Olympic gold medal is an amazing achievement, what I'd been pursuing my entire life at this point, and the same thing with Giovanni. But it's also dependent on your career. Like, if one of us beats the other, it's going to put huge pressure on the person who gets second to perform, and they're going to have less sponsors wanting to sponsor them for the next Olympics, and they're going to have fewer fans and everything. So, you know, whoever comes first is going to get some of the second places fans, because a lot of the fans aren't loyal, you know, just because of the personalities and stuff like that. They're more loyal to whoever is the best competitor at the time. And so it really is a big deal who gets first or second. It's not just like, well, we got, you know, even if I got second, it was the second best in the world, you know. It's very important to get first. So the judges say, the decision we have reached is that we couldn't decide between Nick and Giovanni who would be the first place winner of this event. And so we're like, what? And so they say, the winner shall be decided by a bay battle. And of course I know immediately what they're talking about. The bay battle being a battle with Beyblades. And Giovanni sort of looks over at me and he's like, mouths me, Beyblades? And I'm like nodding, because I guess he wasn't exactly sure. And Beyblades have been another large thing. When we were children, we'd been playing with the spinning tops. It wasn't exactly Beyblades, because they weren't invented at the time. But we played with spinning tops, wooden spinning tops. And we kids at school used to battle them against each other, you know, but it wasn't on the scale of Beyblades. I remember when those were in fashion, but I did actually play around with those a little bit. But yeah, we played with tops a lot as kids, and there was no clear winner back when we were kids who was the best top spinner either. So we were both kind of like, you know, what are we doing here? And so we go back to our coaches, and our coaches, you know, my coach, I'm not really paying attention to Giovanni at this point. My coach is just rubbing my neck, you know, on my back, you know, how people do to relax people. And he's saying, listen, you got this, you've been training your whole life for the ring event, you know, you've been spinning around all your life, it's no problem to spin around a few tops. And I'm like, but it's not just spinning a few tops. This will decide my future. You know, whether I win or lose this bay battle will decide whether I get the gold or silver medal in the Olympics. This is so important to me. You know, what if I go home with a silver medal? My kids will be so disappointed. My wife will be sickened that I've spent so much time on this, and that, you know, I've neglected my family just to dedicate myself to this career, and then I've come home second place. I have to win this one. I have to win this. He says, okay, let's go out and let's practice. So we go and practice in the few minutes that we've got left. What do they even call that when they go, let it rip? So I'm letting it rip. The hardest I've ever let it rip, just in the practice. So you can imagine how intense I was going to be for the actual bay battle. So I've got the whole setup where you can hold onto the thing. You know, you got the big handle on your Beyblade launcher, and you got the big Beyblade with the blades on it, and I got the spring-loaded mechanisms in there, and it's the most beautiful Beyblade you've ever seen. And I'm having a practice spin with it, ripping the cord, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like, you know, I thought I would be quite rusty since I haven't done it in quite a few years, but I'm feeling good about my performance.